here we go again. A singer dies and everyone's up in arms, taking to social media to vent their frustrations, talk about their sadness, and whore the fact that they're dead to get views and attention. Now, I'm not gonna say Whitney Houston was not a good singer. I got my jam from her, and I enjoyed some of her films and things of that sort. But to say she touched my life is a bit much. She didn't really. I probably got more life from her impressions that Deborah Wilson did on Mad TV. Good stuff. Or Maya Rudolph on Saturday Night Live. But Whitney herself didn't do too much for me. That's nothing against her. I like a lot of singers, a lot of actors. I like a lot of movies, TV shows, but that doesn't mean any of them touched my life. I mean, I like a lot of stuff. But do these artists touch me in any way? No, not really. I like to watch them or listen to them, but I can't really think of moments in my life where I thought, thank God for them. Thank God for you. I never had moments like that. Am I just the oddball out? Because a lot of you, when I look on Twitter, and not just for Whitney, for Michael Jackson, for even Aaliyah and Left Eye, who've been dead for years, people are saying that it's like a aunt or my mother that died, and I can't even think about this. I've been crying all day. Why? For what? I don't understand. I know y'all are just gonna hate and just gonna talk about me because I don't share your love, but I just want to understand. Help me to understand, because I can't relate. Maybe I'm just a horrible, cynical, non-compassionate person. I don't know. But if it was my friend or my grandmother or somebody like that, even some coworkers that I might not be all that tight with, but I say hi to every day, and if I found that they died, I'd be like, oh my God, no, I'm gonna miss them. But somebody I never met, that never knew I existed, it's hard for me to really care. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, it just doesn't matter to me. I'm sure that her family is upset, and I can understand that. They knew her. But me personally, don't really care too much. And it's not slamming Whitney. I'm just saying any celebrity, any actor, singer, whatever. And I noticed that this is something that young black people really, really like to do. I don't see other races all, disheveled when somebody dies that they like. Because the only people on my Facebook that were going on about it was the black folks. I guess the white people didn't care. Maybe no important white person has died yet. But remember when Kim Jong died and they were showing the people in the streets sobbing and crying, and people over here were like, oh, that's stupid, blah blah. Y'all were making jokes and making little funny pictures, whatever, but that's okay. But Lord, don't let a black singer die that you don't joke about that. That ain't funny. A leader of a whole country, hilarious. But a singer, oh no, you don't do that. And y'all mocked them Chinese people for crying, but look at y'all doing the same thing over a singer. And it usually is singers. I don't see actors getting this kind of fanfare, or presidents, or anybody that may have contributed a little more, like a civil rights leader. I don't remember her name. Patricia something died today. No, nobody cares about that. But Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson. And see, the thing, I'm so glad that Twitter and all this was not around when Aaliyah died, because I guess they would have had to shut the site down. Y'all would have been so devastated. But this is 10 years ago. 10 years ago that Aaliyah's been dead, and Left Eye's been dead a little while too. And people are still like hardcore obsessed with that. And I understand that you like them. I really do. I like stuff too. I enjoy some singers. I have an iPod. I mean, I like somebody, obviously. But if, somebody I like to listen to died, I mean, if Beyonce got killed, heaven forbid, I mean, I'd be like, oh, that's sad. She just had a baby too. But it wouldn't be like, from my personal perspective. If from the perspective of Blue Ivy, I'd be saying, oh, that's sad for her. But for me, I would not care that much. For Barrett's life, it would not be impacted. It really wouldn't. Beyonce wasn't paying my bills. Beyonce wasn't, chipping in on gas money for me. So if she's still alive, if she's dead, I don't care. But you all are taking it as your own personal struggle. Y'all aren't saying, oh, poor Bobby Christina's losing her mother. You're saying, oh my God, how am I going to survive without you? Blah, blah. It ain't about you. Do you think if you died, Whitney would have cared? No, she wouldn't have. I don't get it. How can you say this is like someone in your family? It's just a song. I mean, people are saying, oh, this song changed my life. This has made me who I am. How? People in your life for real should impact you and shape who you are. Teachers, parents, relatives. Those are the people that should be influencing you and making you the person you are, not a song. Who is in your life? Why Why are you not getting this love from people you know and you got to get it from songs? That's sad. And then it's no secret that I like to take to Twitter and make little jokes when celebrities die. It amuses me. I know that's not everybody's sense of humor, though. I don't expect everybody to think that's funny, because it's not for everybody. It's for me. I get my kikis, and the people who follow me get their kikis. But you're not going to get your kikis. Kikis are laughs, for those of you who don't know, because you know when you laugh, you go kiki, yeah, like that. But celebrities, comedians have mocked 9/11 and Hurricane Katrina and the tsunami in China and the earthquake in Haiti. That's funny, I guess. That's hilarious. But don't let me say nothing about one of your singers, and that's just too bad. Oh, don't do that. I mean, why is it okay for them? I mean, Family Guy and all the other shows and movies make fun of that stuff, and no one gives a damn. But let you talk about a singer, oh, hell no. And then you come blow my spot up. I mean, I don't care. I live for it. I love it. I love the attention. But you're telling me I need to die and I'm going to hell, blah, blah, blah. So you can threaten me and call me all kind of racial slurs and all kind of stuff. That's okay. You can curse me out and say, hope my family dies. That's all right. But don't let me talk about a singer that you liked. That's unacceptable. But you can talk about me. I don't understand. If somebody told me if Whitney was alive, she'd punch you in the face. I highly doubt that she would. And then, okay, I said some stuff, and they're like, oh, she has a daughter. I highly doubt Bobby Christina is following me on Twitter, especially when her mother's dead. She's worried about, let me go see what Barrett's saying on Twitter. She hasn't even been on Twitter since December, actually. But it's not like I'm saying it to her. I could see if I was like, hey, Bobby Christina, want to hear a joke about your mom's death? I really don't think she's checking for me right now. And I understand that it's fresh, and it just happened. I get that. But what is the excuse for somebody like Aaliyah? She's been dead 10 years. I made a video with a little Aaliyah doll that came with a little car, and y'all about died. Y'all about to have heart attacks and fall out in the street, jump off of buildings. It was 10 years ago. I mean, I'm not saying her dying is funny, or her death, or her family's mourning, blah, blah, blah. But you can make light of everything. People mourn different ways. Maybe that's how I mourn. But humor isn't everything. There's no thing that I could say, oh, you just don't joke about that. Somebody's going to find everything funny. And some people have sick senses of humor. And you just have to accept that you're not going to like everything. If you don't like it, click out of it. I don't think Larry the Cable Guy's all that funny. But, I don't know if he's necessarily as offensive as something I may do or say. But I'm not doing anything different than what goes on TV. Well, because I'm not on TV, I'm not allowed to do it then. Okay. And then for those of you taking to YouTube, making videos, sobbing about how you're so devastated, you a damn lie. You know that if somebody goes in YouTube and searches Whitney Houston's death, and you just made a video, that your video is going to come up. And they're going to click on it and think that it's some update about her life, and it's really just you in your house talking about it. Similar to what I'm doing. But the difference is, I'm not trying to, make money off of her death. I'm just stating something that's not even just about her, but celebrities in general. You just want to sit there and talk about, oh my God, I love you so much. You just want the views. If I really wanted the views, I would have done it last night when I found out. But I'm just doing this in response to the people who blow my spot up every time somebody dies. Now, Etta James died. Nobody really cares so much about that. Elizabeth Taylor, I made fun of her a little bit. Nobody cared about that. But I guess, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, ooh, they're just the gods of black people, I suppose. And somebody told me, this white lady, she was like, this is Black History Month and you're not honoring your race. Since when was Whitney Houston the ambassador of all black people? Why? Because she was a crackhead? How dare you? But I say all this to say, what am I saying? I don't know. Oh, I know. Why? Why are y'all so obsessed with these people? Like the Got to Be Real show with the little singers and stuff. That's funny. I like that. And she was going off on her Twitter like, don't ask me about the show. I don't want to talk about it. I'm mourning right now. What the hell? We don't even know what you look like. We don't even know who you are. To us, you're just this show. You're just here to make us laugh and pretend to be Patti LaBelle. I could see if we knew who you were, maybe, but how can we really care or take you seriously? You're here to entertain us. Go on your personal Twitter and mourn. We want funnies. We want laughs. And then I tweeted something about how she probably had something to do with the death because she just wanted to incorporate that into the show and get views. And she's like, I don't find that funny. Laughing about death is bad. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. But, anywho, y'all forget about Whitney when the next celebrity dies, and you'll go on and on about them. Because everybody was all on Michael Jackson. When he died, who cares about him now? Nobody. People are back to joking about him and making fun of him like they were before. Y'all were not checking for Whitney before this. Nobody was like, ooh, I love Whitney Houston. Let me post all her songs. No, but when she dies, now you're all up her butt talking about how much you loved her. Convenient. You're fair weather fans. You only love and go on about people when they die. And then you forget about them, go to the next person that dies and do it all over again. And people tend to just go along with the group sometimes. So if everybody else is going on about Whitney Houston, you're just going to do it too just because you want to be part of the mix. And I think that's bad. If you're really a hardcore fan, then you're a hardcore fan regardless. And it's not because I'm not a super fan of hers that I don't care. I love the Golden Girls. I went and met Rue McClanahan, had her sign my book. I had bought the DVDs. I got books about it. I've seen every episode. But when they died, that didn't mean I didn't laugh at funny Photoshop pictures of them or make jokes about them and all that. Because, I mean, stuff happens. You can't just cry and sob, whatever. You gotta laugh and get over it. You know, if I died tomorrow, I would want people to be cracking jokes at my funeral, not sobbing and crying and jumping in my casket. I want them to be like, remember this time he did this? Ooh, he crazy. But that doesn't mean I didn't love the Golden Girls. I'm not saying they impacted my life and changed me for who I am today. It was a funny show, and they say funny things, and I laughed. And I would be upset if Betty White died, but not to the point where I'm crying or anything or saying it was like a relative. It would just be like, oh, man. But then again, she is like 90, so it wouldn't be that much of a surprise as opposed to Whitney, who was 48. But you get what I'm saying. Who's younger that I can reference? I like Tina Fey. I love 30 Rock. If she died, I'd be like, oh, that's fucked up. But I wouldn't, you know, wouldn't take off work to mourn. Just keep it pushing. So I'm just saying, save some of this emotion for important things. I don't see you all going on and on about genocide or, you know, the sex trade, gay rights, I don't know, child abuse, domestic violence in general, rape. Why don't you talk about that kind of stuff? People get raped every day, and the rape kits aren't handled properly, and the criminals get away, or children get beaten, get sent back to the homes, and end up getting killed, or teens committing suicide over bullying. Stuff like that. Why don't you talk about that? Poverty, the economy. Why is that not important? Why is that pushed to the side for Whitney Houston? Or Aaliyah, or Left Eye, or Michael Jackson. I feel like Whitney's going to be on that level now, because there's some dead celebrities that are just up on this pedestal of dead celebrityness forever, and I feel like Whitney's going to go up there. Heavy D isn't up there, unfortunately, or Clive Davis, not Clive Davis. Don Cornelius, he's not on there. Nobody cared about Soul Train Man. Y'all poo-pooed that, but Whitney, oh, heaven forbid. But anyway, I'm done going on about this. I gotta go to work, because Whitney did not leave me anything in her will, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. I still got a job, and I gotta go to make my money. And I'm sure when I come back, I'll have lots of comments of people cursing me out and telling me I need to go to hell, blah, blah, blah. And I'll love that. And for those of you who don't do that, feel free to click and like things and subscribe and all that good stuff.